Oh, hey guys and gals. Your good buddy Jody Sharp from Superflies for Super Guys. And we're going to tie the pink micro bugger. Um, this is very similar to a pink tickle, only it is a little different. So as you see, hot pink body, hot pink tail versus light pink tail, hot pink body. The spine has a pink ribbon on it, so a metallic-y ribbon, and the tail, of course, has a fleck. And then instead of the bead chain eyes, which are slightly heavier, there's just a little glass bead, which is slightly lighter. So this even has a lighter fall rate than the, or a slower fall rate than the pink tickle. But again, you can tie them in multiple colors. There's one in the hot orange. You can tie them in, like, if you put an orange bead, you can tie a black body with a metallic back. So they're very flexible fly, color-wise. Very simple to tie, very similar to tie than as the pink tickle, just a couple extra steps. So let's get at this one. We'll take this one out of vise. Again, it's a smaller fly, so you want to slide your little black bead on there. And of course your bead color of choice, that's up to you. But again, for today, I'm doing the pink micro bugger. So that's the one I'm going to show you. So slide your bead up to the eye, take your clear nylon thread, attach it right under the bead, go back past to the bend of the hook. Again, it's a size 10 egg hook that I'm using. You could tie this on a straight hook if you so wish, but it's around a size 10. So this whole fly is about the size of a dime. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our hot pink feather, marabou feather. And if you're wondering where I get these marabou feathers, these are off of feather boas that you can buy at Party Store, like at Party Giant, or you can buy them at the dollar store. If you have a dollar store, you can usually find them there, or any party store. Okay, so first we're going to take our hot pink marabou and we're going to tie it up and down, back and forth, right to the eye of the hook, or to the bend of the hook, like so. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our crystal flash and you want to take one piece, fold it in half again, and then you will get 4 strands of crystal flash. And you want to measure it to the length of the end of your marabou, and you want to tie it down right from the bead down. And I'm going to fold it over, and there might be a couple of little short ones in the base of the tail. So there's actually will be 8 pieces in there, but really it's only 4 pieces. But as you can see, it gives it a really nice blend-in sparkle. Okay. Next thing, we're going to take our purpley pinkish ribbon and we're going to tie it in. Usually this ribbon is wider, but I trimmed the ribbon in half with a pair of scissors all the way down because this is a very small fly, so you don't want your ribbon to be super wide. You just want it to just put a strip down the middle, like so. So we're going to tie that on. We're just going to leave that hanging off the end of our fly. The next thing we're going to do, if I can find it, is get my black thread. So just like clear nylon thread in white, we have black nylon thread. And what we're going to do with this I have my little clip which will hold my thread off to the side, and now I'm going to take my black thread, which is really tangled up, and I'm going to tie it under the eye of the hook, under the bead, and I'm going to tie it back to the back. Alright, and then I'll just trim off any little excess there is. Okay, now I'm going to switch out from my white to my black again. And now I'm going to take my dubbin, my pink, hot pink dubbin, and with my fingers I'm just going to wrap it on, making a dubbin noodle. And then I'm going to put a fair amount of it on there. Alright. You want that body to be pretty thick. And then I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to pull it up to the front of my fly, and I'm going to tie down my ribbon. I'm going to take my scissors, cut it flush, and then I'm done with the ribbon. And then I'll take my 2 fingers, do, I don't know, 3 or 4 half hitches, knots in there. If you have a whip finisher and you prefer to use that, feel free. Trim it down. Next, we're going to take our black thread and we're going to go in, and we're just going to make a couple of body lines with the black thread. Okay, and then we're going to go 1 millimeter over, do a couple of body lines. See how you're getting that little body lines? So it looks like this little nymphy has body lines, and then we're going to go under the head and we're going to cover over all that clear thread that we put. We'll do 4 or 5 good wraps, and then we can whip finish or tie off. I'm going to, of course, do with my fingers because it's, for me, faster and I don't have to grab an extra tool. But it's personal preference, right? If you're a whip finisher person, you go ahead. Now, before you trim it off, that thread, you want to go in there with your dubbin brush, which is just Velcro on a popsicle stick or a stir stick. And you just want to comb that out. And you're not going to be friendly with it. You're going to be aggressive with it. You're going to get all those little fibers brushed out. Some of it is going to actually come out, which is fine. And then just brush it back. Alright. And it's going to look leggy, a little bit leggy and buggy. And then I put one more little half hitch in there just to make sure nothing's going to come loose, and then I trim it off. And that, of course, is your micro bugger. It is a very good little fly. Catches a lot of fish. It's as good as the pink tickle. The only difference between the pink tickle and this is it's just slightly slower sinking, just a little bit. It still sinks. It has that really nice flowy sink, and then when you give it a little tug, it shoots forward. It's a very attractive for those fish. Micro buggers, and again, tie them in any color you wish. They're, like I said, you can tie them in the black with an orange bead, so like an egg sucking leech, or the orange. But again, as you see, smaller than the tip of your finger. Like it's a very small fly, guys, and it does catch a lot of fish. This is a 300 fish day kind of fly. Another fly is the carp worm. I have a video also about the carp worm, so check that out. Any one of these little small pink flies or orange flies will do it. As long as it's tiny. It's got to be a tiny fly. I know some of you, they're gonna swallow it deep. I always carry with me a pair of hemostats. Okay, hemostats are a surgical tool used by doctors and now adapted from fishermen. Fishermen also use them. The good thing about a hemostat is you can clip onto your fly with your hemostats. It locks tight, right? So if this fly is in a fish's mouth, you can go in there with your hemostats, lock tight, and just all you do is give it a little push down, and it will pop this fly right out of the fish's mouth. It is not rocket science to do it. You just have to do it a couple times, and you should know how. I'm probably going to make a video on that, specifically showing very carefully how I'll take the time and pop a hook out, show you how to handle the fish. You know, you push the spines, you rub your hand from the mouth down of a fish, pushing down the spine so you can hold it better, and then you're able to go in there and pop out the hook. So without hurting the fish too much. All right. So anyways, that is the pink micro bugger. Tie them up. I guarantee, you can tie 10 or 15 of them up in less than a half an hour, and fill your box. And chances are you won't go through one of these in a day. The materials are pretty hardy. If you tie down your knots really nicely and put enough tightness in your wraps, this fly can last you 3 or 4 trips. So you can catch potentially 600, 700 fish before it dies, and that's not bad for a 5-cent fly, 10-cent fly. I mean, the hook is the most expensive part, so it's relatively cheap. The materials are relatively cheap and super fun to catch. And if you're catching 300 fish, it's going to make you look like a hero when you're standing on the bank on a hot day, and some guys are pitching some wicked big flies, or not pitching flies at all. They're pitching these lures, and the fish are just not coming for them. These little tidbits, I call these tidbits. These are buffet food, because they're just little dessert snacks that the fish just can swim over, grab them, and it'll make you a hero. It'll make you look good. And hey, if you like eating panfish, this will definitely get you some panfish. I'm a catch and release guy. Anybody who watches my videos knows I prefer to catch and release. I very, very seldom, if ever, eat a fish that I catch. Probably 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000 maybe might get damaged badly, maybe, and I let them go, or I'll take them home and eat them, or bring one for my dad or something, but very seldom. I prefer to let them swim. I enjoy the beauty of the art of fly tying, the art of fly fishing, and the grace of catching and releasing fish. So yeah, that's the pink micro bugger. You tie it up, it's going to change your day. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If it doesn't sink fast enough for you, you can put the bead chain eyes on versus the bead, and it will be very similar to a pink tickle, and it will catch you. It will sink a little faster, and we'll get down to the fish a little faster. So if you need that little bit of a faster, you just put a bigger bead chain on, and it'll take it down for you. Okay, so thanks for watching, everybody. Tight lines, keep your fly on the water, and fish on Canada.